Good morning. Hello, Stampers. Welcome to Maker Mornings with Meg. I am Meg, and you are in the Loven Stamps studio, and I have, surprise, a project to share with you. So today's project is going to feature the Storybook Friends Stampin' die set, which is part of the Storybook Moments Suite collection, which includes all manner of really fun things, including these designer series papers that I am in love with. And then, of course, our cute, here we go, little Storybook Friends stamps, the little critters and so forth that are very Beatrix Potter in flavor and give us just a really fun springtime effect. So they do not have to be related to kid cards or baby cards or anything like that. And I'm going to show you, today's the last of our four, so I'm actually going to show you, I'll show you all four of the projects that are featured in the Loven Stamps monthly tutorials today. So, or for the month of, what month are we in? March, which is nearly over. So I'm going to switch my camera over here, and I am going to show you let's see, I'm going to get rid of this for 1 second. I'm going to show you the stamps and dies that we are using. And the dies feature not only the dies that cut out the animals, but they also feature the dies that cut out the dies that cut out these really amazing frames. And we've used a couple of these already. And there we go. We've used a couple of these already. Most notably, the last Storybook Friends card that I shared with you is this one with this really, really pretty ornate frame in the background for this little pull-out card here. And this is one of the card kits that you'll get in the mail if your order with me is more than $60 during the month of March, or a couple orders more than $60, and that's before shipping and tax. So don't forget to get your order in if you haven't yet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this one today. I'm going to use this square frame here, and I'm going to remind you of the not so secret, but I mean, if you don't know it, secret die cutting tip that makes this really easy to use. And then we're going to make a pop-up card because, I mean, why not, right? So I have our pieces here for that. Now, reminder, the cutting directions and details for this, if you like them all written out, are going to be in the PDF tutorial that you get for free by placing any size order in my online store during the month of March. So, and that includes 4 PDFs that are exclusive to me, or 4 tutorials in a PDF that are exclusive to me. And then I actually have that bonus offer for the 12 video mini class that is yours with a $60 order. So we're all about Storybook Friends this month. All right, so let's talk about this card base. This card base here is set up, I have to like double check my sizes here. It is cut to 8 inches by 4 1/4. So it's 4 1/4 inches tall, so it's normal card size, but it's 8 inches wide. And then this is going to be scored here at, I'll just bring my scoring tool out so you can see it visually. And reminder, if you want the PDF version, then that is available to you. It'll be for sale next month in my Etsy card merch shop. So, all right, there we go. All right, so what you're going to do here, ignore this marker. You're going to use your Simply Scored or your scoring board or scoring tool on your trimmer, and you're going to score at 1 1/4 inches and 2 1/2 inches from both sides of this cardstock, which is 4 1/4 by 8 inches. Okay. All right, then you're going to cut yourself a piece of designer series paper, which is 5 inches or a smidge less, and I'll tell you why in a second. And it is 4 inches tall, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut that out. Oh, sorry. Hey, oh yay, Sue, glad you could say hi. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Nikki, Joan, Lori. Oh, good to see. I'm always so happy to kind of gather with everybody. Even though we're not in the same place, it is really fun to be together, really. So. All right, so what I want to do is we're going to make a bridge card. So I'm going to fold each of these ends here on the center score line and then fold the fronts back. And what a bridge card is a card basically that has a span across the front, the bridge, so to speak, and then we're going to decorate the bridge. But there are some secrets about attaching the pieces for this card that you're not going to want to miss. The secrets for attaching the pieces make this card really easy to create, and they stop you from having a big, like, kerfuffle when you try to pop this into the envelope at the end. So I'll tell you about those pitfalls, because it's so sad when you make a really cool pop-up dimensional card and then you realize at the end that like you can't get it into the envelope because something kind of went awry as you were working. So we'll cover all those places that you could get caught. Oh, hey, Nikki. Nikki, my oldest, is in Colorado right now for a choir tour. So anyway, okay, so we have our DSP here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how we're going to cut this. So basically what I want is I'm going to make this a smidge smaller than 5 inches. I'm going to actually cut off like, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch here. Yeah, 1/2 of an inch, just to make it a little smaller, and I'll show you why I did that. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 1 inch from each end, and I'm going to cut off 1 inch from each end. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want our pattern to be continuous. I want it to be a connected pattern, kind of like this. So yes, I could just cut strips of paper and so forth, and that's okay too, but for this particular paper, it is really nice if the patterns all line up. So for that reason, I like to cut it wider and then do my final cutting when I have the paper right in front of me ready to go on my card. So here is the reason that we cut that smidge off. Depending on how accurate you are about cutting your piece all the way across, hey Margie, depending on how accurate you are, you might find that this center element doesn't fit here, depending on how your score lines fell. So if we make that little center section a smidge tinier, then you are safer and you know that that will fit with no problem. And this is not the side of the paper that I intended to use, but oh well. I will show you a version that uses the other side too here. But once you put glue on, you're pretty well set. So we're gonna go with cute houses here instead of the veggie card. And we'll make a different version. I mean, I meant to show you this version, and the veggie card I will show you at the end. Oh, sigh. Anyway, I resist the comment that I was going to make. Okay, so we're gonna pop this on here, and now you can see that that is really fun that the pattern lines up across there, okay? So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put an insert on these 2 little panels here on the side, and I want them to kind of like flow into the background, so I'm going to go ahead and use Basic Beige. I love this color. It is a really nice addition to our collection. It's not vanilla and it's not white, and it is someplace in between. It definitely has green tinges. I was just talking to a stamper lately who was like, I got my Basic Beige pad and it stamps green. And she's not wrong. It is a very green colored neutral. It has very strong green undertones, and it does kind of look green depending on what you stamp it with. But when you put it here with green paper, it looks really neutral, right? So remember when you're using your neutrals that the different neutrals that you pull will make different colors look, different depending on what you compare them to, okay? So like here is actually a piece of basic white, and you can see that if I put this basic white on here with this paper, it really sharpens the green tones that come out of this paper here. But when I use Basic Beige, it makes that greenness a little bit softer, so you get the feeling of it without like, wow, green in your face, okay? So think about the neutrals you're selecting and make sure that if you don't have Basic Beige, you add it to your collection. And you can see right here, Basic Beige is the background. Here's the color match. Basic Beige is the background of this designer series paper. So that makes it really great addition to have. Okay, so I promised you characters. So let's flip through here and find one of the things that you might find here on these papers. And actually, I think this is one of the things that I wanted to emphasize for you this week, is we've been talking about these fantastic punch out characters for so long. All month we've been talking about these guys and how fun they are. Like if we wanted to just take this cute little squirrel with her or his bicycle and pop it on our card, we could just pop it out and put it on there. But you get 2 whole 12 by 12 sheets of these characters. So know that you get lots and lots of characters, but you also should not overlook these papers, because you get 12 by 12 sheets of this paper, 2 of them, and you get 12 by 12 sheets of, let me pull out this other one. So you're going to get those these bunny friend characters. You're also going to get these characters here. And so these like little, you know, squirrels and what are they? Chipmunks, I guess, ground squirrels, whatever they actually botanically are. These you can cut out too. And so I'll show in my blog post today, probably I'll get it on Facebook too, a picture of like all of the pieces that you can cut from here. And I have like a pile of them somewhere. I'm not sure what I did with them now. Let's see, are they in my stamp case? That tends to be, there they are, where I put things that are handy. So from that paper, I've cut out all of these little elements. So you can see that I've hand cut them so they're not quite as exactly uniform as the ones on the die cut pages, but they are also really darling and are very, you know, they really extend, and you get tons and tons of these. This is just all the pieces from just from the bottom of this piece of 12 by 12 paper. So you can see all of the characters that I cut out just from that, basically that half sheet of the DSP. Okay, so when you're looking at this paper and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to use up all my, like, you know, cute colored bunnies, first of all, you can stamp as many as you like and die cut them, but there are a lot in this designer series paper, so you could really make a whole suite of cards. All right, so now to add to our card, we need to pick one of these. I think this one is really cute, and the color match here, since we have such pretty colored houses and chimneys and so forth here. Then we have these little jacket here to go along, which is a nice match. So, okay, let's scoot our bunnies to the side and pull this in. All right, so we're gonna use this one on our card. And then we have a piece here of the wild wheat cardstock. And this is my reminder to you, if wild wheat is one of your colors, like it is mine, then it is about to go away. It will retire when the new catalog comes out at the start of May. So basically you have a month to get it, and cardstock, ink, reinkers, Stampin' blends, all the things. You're gonna wanna snag those because they're gonna be gone. So let's go ahead and do some die cutting on this piece, and I'm gonna show you my trick. This is the die cut trick that you will find super duper handy, and it is called wax paper from your kitchen, and I use it all the time. So what I'm gonna do is just put my wax paper on here. It doesn't really matter if you don't cover the whole die. And then let's step over to my die cutting here. We're gonna go ahead and pop this on and run this through, and then I'll show you kind of what it looks like. Now, this is a die that has lots and lots of little pieces, so I'm gonna give it 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put it through twice, basically. And I don't know how many times I did that. It just back and forth a couple times. And you can see it's already fallen apart a little bit, as it should, as a die cut is nicely done. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop this out, and you're gonna see that that wax paper in there forms like a little sort of non-stick barrier. So when I drop this a couple times, look, it's 100% clean already. And then we have all of these elements which have popped through so nicely. I don't even need to use a pokey tool on them. I can just bend my paper just a tiny bit and pop them out. So those curly cues are really fun. You can snag them and save them to use as little embellishments, or you can just get them out of the way. And then kind of nice actually, because my wax paper was a little small, it's easy to grab and peel away. Okay, so getting all of that piece out. Oops, my friends just went to the side. We're gonna have this here for our card, okay? All right, now, remember I always save my little inserts, because on the card that I showed you here, sometimes you want to swap out a color. Insert there for the background. So this is the same die that we did on one of the other cards. This is one of the other 4 Loven Stamps monthly tutorials, and we had this background here from a different color. So keep those pieces. They just really go into my stamp case where I store all of those extra pieces. So, all right. So let's go ahead and look at assembling our card now. We have a strip here. This is about 1 inch by 5.5 inches. And oh, yay. Oh, hi, Linda. Lori said that she used the I assume the wax paper trick, right? The other day, yeah. We used to use this all the time. We had a different kind of dies when Stampin' Up! First came out with the die cut machine. That was a billion years ago. No, that's an exaggeration. It was like 2007 or 8. It was when I served on the Stampin' Up! Corporate advisory board, and we had lots and lots of cool discussions about that before it was released. But anyway, the die now die cut really well even without wax paper, but just adding that wax paper back is a really easy addition to just make your life a little easier. Okay. All right, so this piece is going to be our bridge. It's going to fit across here like this. It's going to hold our card up, but we can still mail our card by flattening our card this way or flattening our card this way. Okay. All right, now you'll see when I did that, do you see how the bridge is buckling a little bit? Okay, so here is the key for you. When you put this card together, you must assemble it flat, okay? Hear my words, this is so important. It's really tempting to want to be like, oh, look how cute it is, glue, glue, and then all of a sudden you're like, it doesn't work anymore. So you're gonna flatten it, you're gonna fold one side down and one side out. So zigzag one side, flatten one side. And then we're going to put this down here like this. And then, because we're using multi-purpose liquid glue, which takes a couple seconds to grab, we're gonna give it that extra time to grab by singing a little song or doing a little dance, whatever you want. We're gonna go ahead and pop this on, and we're just going to wait. This is where we sing like the game show theme song. Do, 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 do. That's just Jeopardy, right? Do, 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 do. Okay, so I won't quiz you with your Jeopardy questions right now, but I think that's probably enough time. And so now when we have our bridge, you'll notice that we can fold our card flat, we can stand our card up, we can put it into the envelope. There are no problems with our bridge buckling. So that is the biggest tip to start with on this card. Now, here's the next tip. You don't want to add any elements that are going to exceed the edges of your card, okay? Because when this goes in the envelope, it has to be just this footprint. So right here, if I'd attach this frame out here, it's not gonna fit. The frame has to be inside the little element here, okay? Inside the side of our card. All right, so now we're going to pop our friends on here like this, and that frame, so we could put them on here just like this, which is really cute actually. And I don't have a big problem with it. But when we pop this frame on the back, then that really gives them that sort of extra little oomph, that extra little focus that makes them really very cute. So I wonder what would happen if we put them behind. No, I like them on top. Okay, I'll show you another version of this card too. The vegetable one, remember, where we use the other side of the paper. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this on. I've got them centered where I want them, and now I'm going to flip this to the back side. I'm gonna grab my Stampin' dimensionals, and we're gonna put the dimensionals on here to attach both of those elements. All right, now I am putting them only on the bottom. This piece is going to sit on our strip, okay? Now if you think about it, if I put a dimensional up here where I wouldn't, but then I put it down here, then choop, we're gonna stick our card shut there if we have that dimensional up there. So that would be the extreme version. Just make sure your dimensionals are only gonna be on the strip or on the side. So I'll put one way out here too, because I know that that is also going to be on our card. So or on our card layer that's the forefront here, the panel. All right, so pop this on, and now we have our very fun bridge, but we need a greeting on here. So I've got a piece, I've been talking about basic beige and how great it is with this suite. Oh, Joan says dryer sheets. Yep, dryer sheets are great too. Dryer sheets are kind of nice because they'll grab the little pieces in there and pull them out for you because they're just that little tiny bit of tackiness. So another great thing to use. All right, so we've got our strip here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use the Storybook Friends greetings. The dies that come with this set are, like I said, the dies for all of our frames. There's 3 amazing frames, as well as the dies that cut out all the characters. So the character dies go with the stamps, and then these little greetings here are terrific. So you know me and a pun, somebody loves you, is a really fun one. And I don't know. I think maybe, let's see, does that fit on our strip? I don't think it does. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll do the Happy Spring one, which is what I was going to do. Oh, Hello Friend would work too. No, let's do Happy Spring. I'm attached to it now. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my Happy Spring, and I've got my Mossy Meadow ink pad. Another color that would be great for this would be Pebbled Path, because it would really bring out the little cute jacket there. Pebbled Path is one of the other retiring colors, so don't miss that one. And then I am going to put my Happy Spring kind of out here towards the right end of my strip, which is obviously too long, but that's okay because we're going to trim it. And since I've got my, there we go, pieces way out on the right side, my greeting on the right side, then that gives me a lot of flexibility. So I'm going to trim a banner tail here on the end, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of look at where I want that to fall and then trim accordingly. All right, so we'll pop a dimensional under here since that's going to put it the same level as the front, and then I'm going to tuck this in here underneath there, underneath our banner. Okay, so now we have our little Happy Spring, and you can choose if you want to fold it and mail it this way, or you want to fold it and mail it this way. Either one works just fine, but then when you have your card pop up, you have your element right there. So this would be a great card for someone to display. Lori said, gonna make Easter cards for granddaughters. Yay! Yeah, how many Easter cards could you make with all of the bunnies included in this designer series paper? A whole lot. So definitely not limited to just Easter. They are darling for all season. Oh, hi Karen. Hello from Nebraska. Oh, actually my oldest was in Nebraska for their choir tour a couple days ago. So anyway, we are going to use some pearls on this, so don't worry, we're adding some bling, and I'm going to go ahead and pop some up here on the edges, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop some, let's see, down here. Oh, I promised to show you the other card, and then I'm going to pop, I really like using these together, so we're going to do 2 there, and then 1 more to kind of highlight. I don't like it out here. Okay, so here's an example. I actually hadn't planned where I was going to put these, so I kind of like to talk about things as I go sometimes, and I don't really want this on my finger so much. Okay, well, I'll just drop it instead. I've got 2 pearls down here, and I might leave them. So my impulse is to put a 3rd pearl up here, but what that's doing is it's creating a divided focal point, okay? So this is really strong here, and then all of a sudden we're putting these 3 pearls down here, which is like, look here, spring. That's great. But this is really strong, okay? So we're not going to be able to counterbalance it. What we want to do is we want to draw your eye toward the greeting. So what I'm going to do is sort of a leading bling piece here. I'm going to pop this bling piece up this direction, okay? And so then what it's doing is it's pulling you this direction, okay? It pulls your eye across. Do you sort of see what I mean by that? If I had put 3 little bling pieces down here, this is really strong because it's layered high, and it's because it is a really bright, not white, beige background, but it's got a bright beige background, okay? So it's gonna draw your eye first, and then we can use our pearls to pull you this way. All right, Lori says, where on this card would you suggest writing a message? On the back. Yes, I would write my message on the back. I mean, you could write your message like in the margins here, but that seems a little bit tricky. So yeah, you could just make a panel here to fit right on the back, and this is going to be, I'm pretty sure it comes out to 3 by 4 inches. Not 3 by 4, 2 3/4 by 4 inches. So you would add a panel there, and then you could use the Somebody Loves You greeting on the back of it. So all right, you guys want to see the veggie version of this card? So this is the Bunnies in Town version of our card. This one is the Bunnies in the Garden version of the card. So it's the same layout, same designer series paper trimmed up, and I just used, instead of the house side of that DSP, I used the garden side of the DSP. So, all right. Okay, so lots of really great cards with Storybook Friends. I know somebody just said, Lori, maybe they weren't super sure about this suite when they saw it. I mean, it's darling. But would you use it? And I think the answer to that is yes. So I love this for springtime cards. I love this for Hello Friend cards. I love it for gift card holders. So this is one of our gift card holder or not cards. And so this is one of the other 4 projects. So we have 1, 2, 3 with this pocket card, which you could also insert a gift card in. So if you're doing, you know, little treats for season or birthdays or occasions. So we have this zigzag pop-out card, and I have our last pop-out card, which is the fun simple strip pop-out card here. So really easy here. And this one we used a lot of our characters. So remember, you could cut things from the designer series paper just the same instead of using all the die cut pieces if you wanted to. And this was just a conglomeration of those there. So remember, you're getting pieces for 2 of these in the mail with your card kits. It's going to be these 2, so you'll get die cut frames and everything ready to go if your order with me is $60 or more this month. And in addition to that, there's a whole other 12 tutorials, which are exclusive to the Creative Stamping Collective group that I'm collaborating with. And so you're going to get not only these 4, but also another 12. Now, if you're like, oh, I would like to see those 12 cards, Meg, but I'm not ordering from you, or I'm a demonstrator or whatever. Well, if you're a Loven Stampfuls demonstrator, you're going to get those for free this month. If you are another person in that category, a demonstrator, but or not ordering with me, you order with someone else maybe, you can get that class online. It is available right now for $15, and it gets you a PDF of all 12 projects with cutting directions and so forth, plus 12 exclusive video tutorials from myself and 11 fantastic demonstrator friends. So you guys might like to check that out. There's a link in the video description for that. So. But these are the 4 cards in the Loven Stamps monthly tutorials, which are separate from those other 12. So, all right. So it's Thursday. Happy Cake Day, everyone. If you don't know, we celebrate Cake Day on Thursdays because it's like our pre-Friday, as we like to call it. And we should always have cake for celebrations, right? So happy pre-Friday, everyone. I hope you have fun plans for your weekend. I was talking just yesterday about how we had beautiful sunny weather. Today we have spring showers, so you know, it all goes around. I hope that you have some fun creative plans for your weekend, and that you will be back, and I will see you on April 1st for our next episode of Maker Memories with Meg. No joke, I'll be here. No April Fools. I don't know, maybe I'll have something. I have to come up with an idea for that. Anyway, if you have any suggestions, let me know. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hey, Petra, good to see you. Anyway, thank you guys for being part of our community here and watching and commenting and telling us where you're from, whether you're watching now or watching later. We appreciate everyone chiming in. And I will look forward to sharing some of the photos of the projects. The ones you're going to want to watch for on my website and on my Facebook page are the ones that show cutting out all these characters. So I have some photos that really kind of illustrate how many pieces you can get out of those papers, a lot, and how great they are. And if you don't have them yet, this is a good time to get them. So make sure you place your order during March with me so that you can qualify for all of these fantastic tutorials and card kits and so forth. So, all right, happy stamping, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week for more Maker Memories with Meg. Bye, guys.